This little recipe is perfect for the festive season. It makes a really delicious appetizer or hors d'oeuvre, depending on where you live in the world. There's only a few ingredients, you don't need many at all, and we're also going to be using our air fryer, so we can whip it up super fast. Let's get these baked brie bites ready for the silly season. Let's go. So for the ingredients, we have some puff pastry here. I'm going to divide it up in a minute. We also have some brie, which I have just chopped into nice little chunks here. I have got some cranberry jam, or I think this is called lingonberry jam. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact pronunciation of that. And then I also have some rosemary sprigs here, which I have just chopped up as well, and a little bit of egg wash. So that is all that we need for this recipe. Super quick, super easy. I have a pizza cutter here for my little piece of puff pastry. So I'm going to divide it into thirds, and I'm just going to eyeball it. If you want to get really pedantic, you could measure it out, but you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And another one. Yep. Okay, cool. And then again, turn it around and into thirds. Awesome. Now, all we're going to do is put these little cubes of brie in the middle. Everybody loves brie. You and you. Next, we're going to get our little teaspoon and just do a little dollop of our cranberry jam or lingonberry jam. These are gonna look super cute. You know what I was just thinking? A little nut of sorts would be really nice on this too, like a walnut. That would be delicious. So if you want and you're feeling nutty, go for it. Cool. Now for the rosemary sprigs like that. So cute. Now for the egg wash, I have gone with egg and water. You can also go with egg and milk. And I'm just gonna get the egg wash and go around the sides of the pastry. So here. Yum. Okay, then after this, we're going to put these in the air fryer. I will baste the bottom of the air fryer with a tiny bit of oil just so that it doesn't stick, because we want them just to pop off. Slide out nice and easy. I just have a little bit of oil here, which I'm going to baste the bottom of this with. And I am just going to do probably 4 of these baked brie bites at a time. I don't need to overcrowd it in here. They only take a short amount of time anyway to cook. Now, if you want, you can fold it up slightly or over it. I was just gonna put them in like this. So grab it out. Okay, and pop that on. I'll show you in a minute once it's all in. Can you see? So I've got 4 in there. All right. So we're gonna cook these for about 8 to 10 minutes and check on them, see how they're going. So I'll turn that on. I want the temperature to be 180 degrees Celsius. There we go. So we'll cook these ones first. We're gonna batch make them. Once they're ready, we'll get the other ones in and we're gonna have baked brie bites in no time at all. Ooh, they look good. They're so golden, crispy. I'm just gonna wait till we hear the ding because I just like the ding. And then I'll show you what we did. They're oozing brie, cranberry jam. You can smell the rosemary. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. I cannot wait to show you. I'm gonna show you this one first because it's perfection. Oh, guys, can you see this? Golden, fluffy, brie oozing. I love that this one has kind of exploded in there as well because it just makes it look really rustic. It's really hot. They're sliding out really nicely as well because we basted it with that little bit of oil. Here we go. Here they are, guys. They look so pretty. Look. If you don't want this for the silly season, you're silly. We're gonna do a little bit more. Get the next round in, just a little top up. Perfect. Not that it really needs it, but I like to be sure. In we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Round 2 coming off. Again, 8 minutes, 180. It's already set. Let's go. We're nearly ready for the last round to come, second last round to come out. We've got 2 more to go in after. These ones here have been cooling down while we're waiting. So gorgeous. Ding! Let's go. Equally as beautiful. Check it out. The cranberry jam is honestly glistening. This is going to be such a yummy bite. Pastry, gooey cheese, and sweet jam. Last one's in. There's still enough oil on this one actually to not have to baste it again. So I'm just going to go straight in. There we go. See you soon, little guys. 8 more minutes. Okay, here we go. Bring out the last ones. Oh, this one had a bit of an explosion. One casualty. He just kind of exploded. We've got puff pastry, but the rest fell off. Perfection. Guys, you can thank me later. Canapes are ready. It's time to try one. They all look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try this little one here because it looks perfect. Look at that. Oh, wow. This is not like have one appetizer and you're done type thing. You could like eat this whole plate. This is just the most perfect Christmas or Thanksgiving appetizer. Really easy to make. You can whip it up super fast. Few ingredients and it tastes insane. Look at the baked brie and the jam. And it sits on top of that flaky pastry. Make it. Now it is coming up to Thanksgiving in America and Canada, and when I lived overseas in Canada they used to have this all the time, and it was a bit of like one of those traditional things. In Australia, definitely less traditional. Not too many people have pumpkin pie, but if you are on the fence and wondering whether or not to give it a go, I think you should. It's definitely a little bit different, but it tastes almost like a unique kind of custard-like feeling, and then you've got that beautiful pie base as well. As you can see here, we have very few ingredients, so let's get this show on the road. Let me show you what you are going to need, and I can take you through a couple of substitutes along the way. Here we have some evaporated milk. This is some brown sugar and some raw sugar mixed together. I've got some pumpkin puree here. Now I have made my own this morning, but you can also buy store-bought pumpkin puree. It's just not very easily available in Australia. This here is some ground allspice. I've got an egg and some maple syrup. Over here is our pie base, and this is going to be a cheat pumpkin pie because we are using a store-bought pie base today. Now you can make your own pie base at home, which is absolutely an option if you have the time. I know a lot of you are short on time and are looking for faster solutions, faster options, so definitely getting a pie base or a pie crust that you know and trust and like is definitely the way to go if you are short on time. And if you are looking to make your own, I have a video up on my channel, step by step, how to make your own pie base. Now to serve this beautiful pie, you can add a few things to the top. So some options for you are whipped cream, dollop cream, you can add some caramel sauce, sprinkle it with some cinnamon. So there's lots of options for you. Get creative. I haven't included them here, but I will use a few of those when I serve later. Preheat your oven, get it going. I want it on 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's get that oven warm. Literally what we're gonna do is combine all of these ingredients, get them in a bowl, and then put them in the pie. So grab a mixing bowl, grab a whisk, and get all those ingredients in. This is our allspice. Pumpkins in, sugars in, allspices in, egg in, and last but not least, oh no, I've got a couple more, maple syrup and our evaporated milk. Okay, let's give it a whisk. And I'm just whisking this, probably won't even be a minute. It's just until all of those ingredients are nice, evenly dispersed, and the texture is quite smooth. Looks good. Guys, that is literally it. How easy was that? You can literally make this in just a few minutes. It all comes together, particularly if you've already got your pumpkin puree ready to go and your pie base ready to go. So now we're just gonna add this to the pie base and get it in the oven. Okay, I'm just getting rid of the little air bubbles where I can. Just going over them, trying to pop those air bubbles because I want it to look nice and smooth. That is very OCD of me, but what can you do? Okay, I'm really excited to get this into the oven. It smells really good already. So as I said, it smells like a custard, but with some spice and a bit of pumpkin. So you're kind of like, what is this? But it's delicious. Yep. I'm ready to eat this. Well, not quite. Soon. So we're gonna get this in the oven. We're gonna bake it for about 25-30 minutes, see how it's going. And at halfway, so after 15 minutes, we're going to check, rotate it. We wanna take it out when it's just a little bit jiggly in the center. Okay, now I am just going to put this on a baking tray with some parchment paper or baking paper, just because it's easier to maneuver. All right, into the oven we go. Oh, it smells so good. Look at this. Oh, so glossy. I'm really, really excited. Oh, smells heavenly. Okay, so this was in the oven for 30 minutes on the dot. I went and checked it. I actually thought I would have maybe needed to add a bit more, but I didn't. I did the jiggle test, so it has set, and it's slightly jiggly in the center, very slightly, which is what we want. So that is great, and our pie is nicely golden and toasted, looking fabulous. So now we do have to wait. We're gonna let it cool down. We're gonna let it chill out for a bit, and then we can decorate it and eat it. So what I did was I let it cool 15 minutes in the pie shell on the tray, and then I put it in the refrigerator for about half an hour. So it's nice and cool now, and we can add our other bits and pieces if we want. And I'm gonna go with some cream. I've got dollop cream here. You can use whipped cream, whatever cream you like. I'm just gonna put a little bit around the sides and then do a sprinkle of some cinnamon. You could also do nutmeg or any of those really festive spices. They're all gonna be delicious. Let's get this ready to eat. Okay, so I want it to look nice and rustic. I'm just gonna add some little swirly bits in here, and then we'll add some cinnamon. So with my spatula, I'm just pressing down very gently and then lifting it up to get a tiny soft peak. And last but not least, we're just gonna do a little sprinkle of some cinnamon just to finish it off. It's looking beautiful. And I'm just going to finish this off now with a few pecans in the middle. Time to do it. All right, I'm gonna have to try and cut around these pecans. Nice and gooey. All right, I just cut myself a big slice, eating for 3. Won't be able to get away with saying that too much longer. Oop, here we go. So creamy. All right, looks good. Get this first bite down. Smells so good. Straight in for the second one. I'm gonna need another bit just before I describe it to you. Yum. It's so smooth. It's so creamy. It's got a real rich, nice, delicious, and interesting flavor to it. The pumpkin is not that noticeable. I know it sounds weird because like we put pumpkin in it and it's pumpkin pie, but honestly, it's really delicious and it's really well balanced with, you got the beautiful pie crust that's nice and buttery, flaky and crumbly, just kind of falls apart, and then the smooth filling with those spices is just heaven. It's honestly so delicious. So if you were thinking about making pumpkin pie this year, there are no excuses. This is a cheap pumpkin pie. As you can see, came together so quickly. You don't even have to make the base yourself if you don't want to. There are no excuses. Pecan pie is not one to be intimidated by. We are going to show this pie who is the boss. There's a few ingredients and I'll take you through those in just a moment, but this recipe is actually really quick to make. All we need to do is combine all of them, pop it in our pie shell, and off we go into the oven. The star of the show are our beautiful pecans. Such a gorgeous nut, really good for you as well, and I've just given them a really nice rough cut to go into our pie. For the other ingredients, we have here some orange zest, some vanilla, some whiskey bourbon. I've also got a little tiny bit of allspice and cinnamon. Here is some salt, and then we have some maple syrup, some corn syrup, some honey, butter, and then we've got our eggs. One last thing that you'll need, and that is a short crust pastry as your pie base. A couple more things that you'll need. And one of them is a medium to large size mixing bowl. You'll also need a whisk and a wooden spoon. Don't forget as well, turn that oven on 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is give our eggs a little bit of a whisk. Now, to this bowl, add everything else except for the pecans. So sticky, how weird is corn syrup? Now just give everything a really nice whisk until it is well combined. This looks beautiful, nice and smooth, so it's time to add our pecans. Now that our pecans are in the bowl, all that we have left to do is to coat the pecans in this beautiful syrup mixture. Now into the oven we go, and I have quite a bit of mixture here, so I'm probably going to get 2 pies out of mine, and that's just because I have tiny shells here, but if you have a big shell it might all fit in the one. Now I've just put mine here on a baking tray with a little bit of parchment paper, and that's just in case anything seeps over the sides. It's not going to damage the oven. Now I've just taken my pie out of the oven after 40 minutes, and I wanted to bring it out because all of the pecans were cooked and roasted really nicely. They've turned a darker color, and the mixture had just set, and when you bring it out it's going to cool and continue to set. It looks absolutely beautiful, and while it was cooking I could also smell the amazing fragrant orange zest coming through. I can't wait to eat this, and I know you're gonna love it. Come and check out how absolutely beautiful and rustic this looks. I love all the little bits of the burnt sugar around the side. Some of the syrup has just kind of gone into those little crevices, and it looks amazing. If you'd like to serve this a dish with additional items, you can also add cream or drizzle a bit of chocolate on top, and it'll look absolutely stunning. And today I feel like chocolate, so I'm doing chocolate. Guys, it's time for the best part. We get to eat this pie. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna cut it. Looks so good, it looks too pretty to cut. Ooh, you can hear that beautiful crunch of the pastry. Gosh, looks amazing. Gotta get a bit of everything on the mouthful. Got it. Wow. That is really addictive. The pecans are beautiful. They're soft on the inside, but a little bit crunchy on the outside. And again, that beautiful orange zest is really coming through. The short crust pastry is flaky and golden. We nailed it. I'm also really happy with the balance of this pecan pie. It's not sickly sweet, but it's still just sweet enough for those people with a little bit of a sweet tooth. We're gonna be making Gingernut cookies. And this recipe, super delicious, super easy to make. There's not too many ingredients, it comes together really quickly. So let me show you what you are gonna need. So I have some self-raising flour here, some caster sugar, some butter, and I have semi-melted that, so it's half solid, half melted. I've got some golden syrup, an egg. This is our lovely ground ginger here, the star of the show, and then some bicarbonate soda. And then over here is just a little bit of extra white sugar, and we're gonna use this at the end to coat our Gingernut cookies. Now, if you did want to get a little bit fancy, you can also add some crystallized ginger as well. That will taste delicious and look super lovely in your cookies. Today, we're just going with the classic version though. So we're not going to muck around today. Get your oven on, start preheating it, 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to need a mixing bowl, you're going to need a spatula and whatever this is, a whisk. And then also, you're going to need a couple of baking trays. If you've only got one, just do one set of cookies and then the next set straight after. So I've just lined a baking tray here with a little bit of parchment paper. I'm going to be using my stand mixer here today because I don't have a hand beater or a hand mixer. So with this one, you're going to want to grab your butter, your sugar, and your syrup. So let's do that now. So these can go straight in, and we're going to start to cream the butter, the sugar, and the syrup. Okay, so we're going to start to beat this, and we're going to let that butter, sugar, and syrup start to cream. Okay, so this has come together in about 30 seconds to a minute. It's just been on a low speed. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my egg. Okay, so I'll just lift this up so you can have a look. This looks lovely. I am just going to scrape down the sides and make sure all of that sugar that gets stuck at the bottom is incorporated. So just go ahead, scrape down your sides, give it a bit of a mix, and we're just going to give it a beat on low for about another 10 seconds. Okay, that has creamed beautifully. So I'm just going to give it one last scrape down off this paddle here. And our mix is ready to go. For our dry ingredients here, what we're going to do is just give them a little bit of a mix before we add it to our creamed butter over there. So what we're going to do is just add it into the bowl. So you want to add your flour here, your ginger, and your bicarbonate soda. Ginger nut? No, there are no nuts. So just give this a whisk. The smell of that ginger smells really good. And you do want to give it those dry ingredients a bit of a whisk before you normally incorporate it to the wetter ingredients, because you want to make sure that all of those ingredients are evenly dispersed. If you don't do that, you might get a cookie that rises or spreads a little bit too much in one section and it's not even. So you want to make sure it's evenly dispersed throughout this mix. That looks good. So we just have the sugar over here left to the side, and we're going to keep that there because we're just going to use it at the end to coat the Gingernut cookies once that dough comes together. I'm just going to take this off my stand mixer here. So now we're just going to add this dry mix here to our creamed butter and sugar. And I'm just going to fold this in and gently incorporate it together. At this point, you'll get quite a pungent smell from the ginger, and to be honest, it's really lovely. I am taking every bit of my willpower not to have a bite of this yet, but this dough looks good. It's come together nicely. So I think it's time to start spooning out onto our trays. I'm just deciding how big to make my cookies. So you can do your cookies any size that you like. Normally people would go for a teaspoon size. You can also do a tablespoon size, which is obviously significantly bigger. I'm probably going to go for somewhere in between. So we're just going to roll these into a bowl, and then I'm going to dunk it in, literally dunk it in the sugar like this. And then onto the tray we go. Now you have to leave room for spreading. These cookies are going to grow, so don't put them too close to one another. So this recipe has a really nice texture of the dough here. As you can see, once you roll them, it sort of looks a bit dry in the actual bowl, but once you do start rolling them, they kind of get that nice glossy look. And then when you dunk them in the sugar, they look pretty delicious. So this is literally on repeat. You're gonna scoop, you're gonna roll, and you're gonna dunk. One tray down, one to go. Okay, so I've got my 2 trays here ready to go into the oven. I'm going to put them in there for about 12 to 15 minutes. We'll see how they go and make a call at that point. But I do have some excess dough here. I don't really need more than 12 cookies. 12 cookies is still a lot. This mix though does make about 20 cookies all up. So what I'm gonna do is, once these go into the oven, I'm gonna wrap the rest of the dough in some plastic wrap and then pop it in the freezer. So I can use that throughout the week and make as I need. Quick note, if you got a random oven like mine, it is probably best to rotate them at halfway. So I have set a timer here, 6 minutes. I'm going to check, rotate them, and change the shelf as well. Bottom to top, top to bottom, side to side, round and round, you get it. Yum! 1 tray, 2 trays, and the smell is so good. They look really lovely as well. So they've started to crack, and I love it when the cookies do that. It just gives it a bit of depth, makes them more interesting. They look super, super delicious. And I can see those little bits of sugar on top, just staring at me, ready to eat. They were cooking so quickly. Literally, after you have that 6 minutes where you have to rotate them, it's just another 6 minutes. I was trying to get my washing up done and they were already ready. So I had my cookies here in the oven for 14 minutes exactly. I took them out of the oven at that point because there's a few telltale signs, you know these cookies are ready to go. First sign is that they've started to crack exactly like they have here. Second is that they've got a nice color to it. So I didn't want mine to brown anymore, particularly around the outside. It's gonna still be really nice and crunchy, but not burnt, if you know what I mean. And then the center is still a little bit soft, and that's perfect because they still continue to bake while they're sitting on the tray. So once they do come out, you're gonna have to let them sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, not too long. You can get into these very quickly, which I'm gonna do right now. They look too good to wait. Oh, they smell so good. Yay. Let's crack one of these open, shall we? Uh-oh, they're so good. Whoa. I really don't know if there's anything better than a warm cookie straight out of the oven. These are absolutely so delicious, cooked to perfection. The ginger and the sugar balance each other really well. And you can see here that these are nice, crispy on the outside, and they're still soft and chewy in the middle, which is perfect and exactly what we want. The ginger's not too overpowering either, but you do want it to have that ginger undertone to it so that it really stands out. This is honestly such a beautiful cookie. We're making the most amazing pumpkin milk buns. You can also call them dinner rolls or pull apart bread. These are light, fluffy, delicious, melt in your mouth. You are gonna wanna make this recipe. And because they have the pumpkin in it, they're that little bit special. So they're awesome for festive times of year. They're great for Thanksgiving, Halloween, or even Christmas. Let's get baking. Oh, they smell so good. These are going to be delicious, nice, fluffy, cooked. Okay, I did the bounce test. Just to finish these off, I am going to put a little bit of melted butter on top. So we'll just drizzle that on, let it soak it all up. I'm going to do it while it's nice and warm. It's just going to make these really glossy on top and absolutely delectable. The butter with the pumpkin smell is insane. And then, pro tip, we are going to add a sprinkle of some really nice Himalayan sea salt. So it'll just give it that little bit of pop because we've got the sweetness from the pumpkin and have a little bit of salty. These are looking good. And we'll just let them cool down for 5 more minutes and then we're going to break one apart and eat it. Okay, let's get these up and out. It's time to eat. That makes it so easy just being on that parchment paper like that. I'm just gonna slide it off like that. Okay, time to choose one. I'm gonna get this one here. So just pull it apart. Oh yeah, look how fluffy this is. Steam coming out. Mm, mm, mm. You ready? It's so hot. Milk bun goodness and a little bit of pumpkin. Mmm. Oh my gosh, it's just like pillows in your mouth. You know what dinner when you like fill up on bread before the main meal? This is one of those situations. It's so soft, so fluffy, so easy to eat. Just really beautiful. You guys are gonna love it. And how pretty do they look with that little bit of pumpkin throughout? Honestly, absolutely sensational. Please, please, please make this recipe at home. I know you're gonna love it. And if you do, I wanna hear from you. Let me know how you went.